Ready to go live. All right. Looks like we're live. All right, everyone. Welcome to Last City Radio, episode number 4 of Nintendo Day episode. And I got my co-host, my wonderful LCR co-host of the All Things Gaming, Mr. Asian Chavis. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Not too bad. It's cold, man. I love the
Oh yes.
weather.
Whew. It's coming in, man. I can't believe we're already here, November. You know, it's crazy, man. But what you been playing, man? What's been going on with you so far?
I've been really diving into the nostalgic of the new release, not the new releases, but the remastered Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 for the Switch.
All right, yeah. That's actually really nice. How
So,
does it feel?
well, seeing that Resident Evil 4 originally came out for the GameCube, the controls, I mean, they feel great. What I really like about it, even though the graphics for when it came out was like, I mean, barely 480, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't truly HD, but being on such a small screen, if you're not streaming it to your TV, I mean, it looks like the game was made probably maybe a couple of years ago.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy,
it
man.
looks good.
That's crazy, man. Like I said, man, I'm really excited to see how they're gonna do Star Ocean and stuff like that because I mean that's a big title, man, and I can't wait
Oh man,
when it
that
comes
was
out.
like the game for the PS2, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe the Star Ocean, where is it? What is it? Departure.
Yeah,
That one's coming out December
December
10th.
5th.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Can't wait, man. I gotta get that, man. So it looks like we got the Breath of the Wild 2 release date update. I guess Nintendo Switch is saying that it's gonna release on the Pro, Nintendo Switch Pro. So I guess we're gonna dive into that. So it says the Breath of the Wild 2 release date news today begins with some bold claims made about Breath of the Wild and the rumored Nintendo Switch Pro. So Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is one of the most highly anticipated games of this horizon. Announced as surprise reveal at the end of E3 Nintendo Direct, Breath of the Wild 2 looks to be launching uh, um, on a Switch and is also much darker. It's a much darker game than the Wii U version and the Switch predecessor. Okay. So it says Breath of the Wild 2 this teaser trailer shows Zelda and Link exploring a Hyrule that looks much worse than it were. Okay. What do you guys think? What do you think about it? Do you think it's going to release with the Pro, or you're guessing it might be one of those titles that 2020 looking farther in?
I don't know, man. It's because like I was really disappointed to see that I feel like every gaming company has like some flagship title that comes out, but
Yes.
it's not intended for like the next gen console. I feel like
Yeah.
they keep putting it out on whatever's currently out, which is fine, but I just I don't know, man. It just feels like I have to rebuy it whenever the new Switch Pro comes out, you know.
Right. And I think about this. It's like from what we've been hearing from the rumors about the Nintendo Switch Pro. It's like they didn't rate what they're saying. We don't know if this is true, but they're not really going into the specs heavy when it comes to the Pro as much as everyone would think they would do. As far as, of course, the 1080p, making sure the load times, make sure, of course, they handled the battery situation with the update of the Nintendo Switch. Just making sure everything falls in line. There's no lag. There's no this and this and that because it's going to be a bigger game than number one. We already know this.
Yeah, they just gotta do something better, man. Because I mean, not better, but you know, I'm tired of Ganon. I want someone new.
Yes. Yeah, you're right about that. Because every time he comes back, it's like I know they can do it where or do it something like this where have it where he teams up again at this time. You know, Link teams up again. And there's a bigger enemy, way bigger than him.
Or they find out that Ganon was like someone that was part of Zelda's kingdom that was overcome by evil or something.
Right, right. There's ways they can actually set it up. Like I said, we don't know the story fully this time, but I mean, what I'm thinking of is just like we want to see a little bit. Okay, we said it's a darker tone, then I guess the stakes are high. But you want to kind of introduce someone who is more villainous than Ganon, and as far as he's trying to take over all of Hyrule, he's kind of won in a sense, and Link needs help. Link and Zelda need more help, all the help they can get in order to kind of, take down whoever, what type of big evil they have. Make a big hype so that way it won't be repetitive. Because I know a lot of people who's hardcore gamers, they're like, especially that love Zelda, they're like, oh man, it's kind of the same type of pattern. Oh yeah, here's go Ganon again. We got to fight him again. Here it goes. So
Well, I mean, like a paraglider can only get so much, like
right.
kind of gets repetitive after a while.
Yeah, it's. I just hope it's. I know it's probably going to do good. We already know. It's going to do really well. I'm just thinking. I was like, why wouldn't it come out on Nintendo Switch too? Since they've been really going hard lately at talking about it, and it's more so than the Pro.
Yeah,
From what we're getting here.
but I don't think we're gonna see a Pro until we actually a few months after the PS5 comes out. Maybe
Yeah,
even after the Scarlet. I mean, is it the Scarlet? Yeah, Scarlet comes out.
yeah, yeah. Because they know they got to hit those big numbers along with
Well,
the
I mean,
console.
rumor has it that they weren't gonna make the next Switch dock compatible. It was just gonna be handheld.
Yeah, that's what I've been. That's what I've been hearing. That's the thing. It's like I hope that's not true because it's like that would kind of defeat the purpose of what a Switch
Yeah,
is.
and that's like what made the Switch game changing was that you could go from TV to handheld.
Exactly. Carrying it with you, you can play your games on the go, and also if you're just one of those guys that say, I don't really travel as much, but I love the TV action, you can put it in there.
Well, I mean, I would make it to where you could buy the Switch, but
Mhm.
you could choose not to buy the Joy Cons at first.
Right.
If you know you're gonna dock it, buy the Switch and a dock and a controller. And if you
Yeah.
feel like you need the Joy Cons later on, I mean they sell them separately now. So
Yeah. And I would do that because that way it'll give more people a chance. Okay, if I'm at home, a home gamer, I want to have a controller. I don't need all the Joy Cons and all that type of stuff.
I
I
mean,
can
for a
play.
fact, I mean my one of my younger brother has a Switch, but he doesn't. He only plays it docked.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my bro, he plays it. He likes to play it dock mostly. Sometimes he'll play it, handheld. But he likes seeing the TV action. It feels good to him. And certain titles do look better, kind of on the TV. It just depends on what you're playing, actually.
Well, I was also seeing that I think Kotaku they did an interview with some of the producers and they were saying that
Hmm.
initially after the Trial of the Sword and
Yeah,
the Champions Ballad and all that, they said that they were planning on adding like tons of DLC, but they ended up saying that it was just easier to make a new game from scratch. Just
oh
too many
man,
ideas.
so
And
weird, man. But yeah, that's it's gonna be interesting, man. I just can't wait to see if those rumors are true or they're actually, just enhancing it. So, like, we just got to take that with a grain of salt when it
well,
comes to that.
I mean, Eiji Unoma was the one that kind of said that it was going to have a darker tone,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, they said that about Majora's Mask, but
right. We
uh,
saw how that came out.
right.
Yeah, that we'll see, man. Am I hyped about it? Yeah, I'm excited to see how they take it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I really like Zelda, man. I even playing Link's Awakening, doing pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, and it actually was well received. especially when adding that mechanic where you can do the 2D and the 3D
Yeah.
type of thing.
Hmm.
So cool, man.
Which
I
is
haven't seen
pretty
nobody
cool
do
because I mean, like it kind of like that was like the big thing with the 2DS, 3DS thing. You know, you
it.
could.
That's right.
It was easier in the eyes for some people, so um, definitely
Yeah,
versatile. It's a very, very versatile game.
very versatile game. I really like the style and how clean it is. They made it really clean. And trying to bring something back like that and just brush it off. I really like what they do when it comes to that. Nintendo does a fine job of doing stuff like that anyway. So yeah, I'm glad, man. It's well received. People love the game, and I hope that we get another one. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, Zelda's on his hype. You notice Zelda's been more on his hype train more than any other thing, other
Yeah,
IP lately.
that's like their flagship title.
Yeah, because
I
at the
mean,
time it was
they
Mario.
have Mario, but I mean, like, I mean, Mario
Mario
Odyssey,
Smart.
Mario Odyssey was like a 6 hour game. I beat that game quick.
Right? Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah. Zelda takes a little bit more time.
Oh, it does. I mean, I like the idea of Mario Odyssey. I just think it was too.
Hmm.
I don't think it was very thought out because the missions were pretty mundane, and I mean, it was just there was no thought process to it. Like with Zelda,
Yeah,
if you have to do Trials of Swords, I mean, that's just hard.
yeah. It is.
I mean,
It
the
is.
Trials of Swords is very hard.
It's crazy, man. And the thing about the Mario Odyssey too is it's just like you remember how Mario Sunshine at least gave you a challenge. Like you
Oh,
weren't gonna
dude,
just beat that.
Mario Sunshine was fun, man. That was like the
Was
first game for the GameCube.
yeah, I love Mario Sunshine. Um, it had you had both feelings. It was hard and it was fun at the same time. You
Yep.
know, especially certain missions that you had to actually put in a little bit more work. I think. But Odyssey, you would think that it would have had a little bit more. I guess it was going for that open worldy type of feel, but they forgot to add a little bit more depth to it. To make it not only open worldy, but there's challenges you have to overcome as well in the game. So
Yeah, but
it's
I think it was more catered towards like kids, you know.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, and you're right about that. And we could even go to say about Mario Galaxy. That was kind of tough. Mario Galaxy was kind of tough.
Oh man, I forgot Mario Galaxy was around. Yeah,
Yeah.
Galaxy was fun too.
It was fun. It was challenging, and um, you couldn't beat it. Like it took some time to beat that game.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, man, that's all I got for that one. And now we got Fire Emblem Three Houses. Latest update adds sauna, animal interactions, and more. That's gonna be interesting. So it says Fire Emblem Three Houses basically is a Hogwarts with more turn-based battles. Yeah, kind of, pretty much. And a less it says stringent entry policy. Okay, has just received a new update on Switch, adding the likes of sauna, socializing, increased save slots, new outfits, and animal interactions. For those who just can't pass a cat and a dog without needing to to follow all over them. Yeah, Three Houses update 1.10, as it officially known, is available now and includes content and quality of life improvements for all users alongside the additional stuff exclusivity for owners of the game. So it's an expansion pass. They got it. Okay. So the thing about Three Houses, I've been hearing this is a really good game. Definitely got really good views as far as the game. People love the nostalgia of going back to the turn-based type of gameplay strategy, which was good. I'm a big Fire Emblem fan myself, and I love how they interact and the characters. You can get used to the characters and
Mhm.
everything. That's so good, man. What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, I think when I was reading it, that was I think that was the best selling game of the series.
Yes,
The battalion mechanics, the narrative, the characters, the soundtrack, and most importantly, they have a really high replay value.
yes,
It's something that you can pick up, keep going, put down, keep going.
So good, man.
The only thing that I think I read that was highly criticized was that the game wasn't very hard
Right, right.
compared to the previous games. So the thought process is pretty not as involved as the other ones were. The puzzles are. It's not as complex. So it's
Well, yeah, because I remember the 3DS version was a lot harder. It was a lot harder though, but it was
yeah,
fun though. A lot harder. I think what it feels like they was trying to do is they wanted to bring it on Switch, and then they wanted to make sure that a lot of players who haven't got a chance to pick up Fire Emblem, who's new to the series, kind of be able to pick it up and kind of enjoy it. And I'm guessing maybe the next time, even though it did do big numbers, they're probably like, okay, so next time now that we got this base in and we got our old following,
yeah.
let's turn it up a notch
I mean,
the
that's
next
true.
time.
Overall, I mean, they got really good reviews. So,
Yeah, man.
like Metacritic, Game Informer, GameSpot, Game Radar, IGN. I mean, you talk about 5 out of 5, 9 out of 5,
Yeah, man.
9.5 out of 10. Really,
That's good.
the biggest thing is just for the people that have played the past installments of the games are kind of like, man, this is really
Yeah,
fun, but I don't really have to put a lot of thought into it.
that hardcore bass, it was like, it was great. I love it. I love how they did it on the Switch. I'm glad we finally got a Switch version, but it's like, man, I need that harder challenge.
Oh man, I've been telling people that play the new Resident Evils now, like the two remaster, the even the newer ones, 5 and 6. I mean, they wouldn't survive playing Resident Evil one,
No, no way.
2, 3, Nemesis,
No,
Zero.
they couldn't. They couldn't.
You know,
Yeah,
you
that's
had, you had that you
good
had to
stuff.
understand the mechanics, the puzzles. I mean, shit, we didn't have like those gamers guides back then, or we did. They just weren't as detailed.
Exactly. Exactly. I remember that, man. You pick up the Game Informer, back it in the game guides, and then you were just like,
Yeah,
okay, man, I'm stuck on this. Like, they only tell you what you should do, but they didn't really go in depth. Oh yeah, like YouTube channels where you can just look it up and say, yep, I know how to
I
do it.
mean, the only thing they had stuff for like that was damn Pokemon. That's it.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I do kind of miss that nostalgia in a way because it enticed the gamers to really try when it comes to games. You pick up a AAA title back then, um, you had to figure it out, man. You had to literally figure it out. If you didn't have that book, you was kind of like, well, time to do some critical thinking.
Yeah, I could never really afford just to get nothing but the game, so I was kind of stuck trying to figure shit out.
Yeah, man. Because I used to play, especially when I was smaller, playing Mario Legend of the Seven Stars. That stuff, like I love that game. That game, I mean, strategy, best RPG, one of the best Mario RPGs out there today, and it was fun. It was challenging. There was a lot of hidden secrets. I remember just recently, I think it was a couple years ago, somebody found this secret that nobody knew about back until now. I was like, what? That's crazy. And
Yeah, I mean they got landmines like that all the time, but it's just like,
yeah, man, it's I can't wait, man. To see, but today's day, it's easy for people to, all I got to do is look. Okay, let me look at the top builds that other people are running.
oh yeah,
Especially
I'm not gonna lie to you. I looked up stuff how to do stuff now. It's
fire.
easy.
Hey, me too, man. It's so reliable.
The one I did a lot. Sidetrack was I didn't really want to replay the game a million times. Was Detroit Become Human?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
different scenarios. That's such a great game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'm the type of person, especially when I play adventure games, like your Drake's Uncharted, your Tomb Raiders, and all that type of stuff. I
Hmm.
really like to figure it out myself. I don't like to look at it like I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna figure it out. I can think, critical thinking. Let me do it. Let's do it, and I figure it out. But that's the fun of it when especially when it comes to hard games, especially strategy games like Three Houses, where you figure out your own strategy on how you're going to be able to overcome. this next level and get into that what type of builds you put together. And that's the cool thing I love about strategy type of RPG games
I mean,
is
that's kind of like the simple stuff you get in Zelda. It's like
mhm.
what kind of foods can you mix together? What kind of
Yep.
what makes something edible? What makes something not edible? You know,
Yeah.
just
And that
it's simple mechanics like that. You know.
that's so cool. That's what I really love about those type of games. And like I said, they go the next one that comes out, and they make it harder. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I will buy it because I love when it's challenging because it was okay. I got to figure this out. You know, spending hours trying to say,
Oh
okay.
no, I saw a video where a guy went directly from the start point and went straight up to Ganon
Hmm.
because you can go directly to Ganon from the beginning. You don't really have to do the whole game.
Yeah, yeah. It's cool, man. People figure out a lot of stuff and how they're able to find stuff and say, hey, look, I found this little thing. Let me go and show people how to do it. Let's give them a guide. So it's really cool, man. So it says Pokemon Sword and Shield have a problem and the Pokemon company isn't helping. Ooh, it's a bad time for something like this to happen. So it says Pokemon Sword and Shield have been going through a rough patch for these past few months. Although the Pokemon Company's marketing machine is in full gear, Pokemon fans keep coming back to one topic in particular: the National Pokédex. Yes, I definitely agree, or the lack of thereof. Thereof, during E3 2019, Game Freak confirmed that the Pokédex and Pokemon Sword and Shield won't include a previous release Pokemon, and making them the first mainline games in the series to do something like that. It says almost immediately, longtime Pokemon fans took into the internet to state their displeasure with the decision, and in the months since that was revealed, it seems like it's the only thing people are talking about on sites and like Reddit, obviously discussions, EBBS, and flows as new features for Sword and Shield are revealed, but it never seems to take very long before Pokemon fans are back on the topic of the Pokédex and how disappointing it is that Sword and Shield won't feature all of the Pokemon released thus far. Yeah. So what you think about that, man? Are you on the same hype train too?
I think it's kind of terrible for them, man, because it lackluster, man. It's lacking
Yeah.
content compared to the other games. You know,
Yeah. I
when you
agree.
think about a Pokemon franchise, you think about shit. If I walk in this patch of grass, let me run into like a Pidgey or something from
Yeah.
from like the Johto region or whatever. This one is saying that it's only one region, so
It's bad.
you cannot get anything else. Which I mean, nostalgic '90s babies are like, well, if I can't get a Pikachu, why am I gonna get this game? You know?
Yeah, like why? Why? I mean, that's bad, man. That's really bad. I mean, because think about it. Everyone loves the Pokédex. They've had this for a long time now, especially since the online gaming of Pokemon came out. They've had that national Pokédex. Why wouldn't you
Well,
have it now?
they were complaining that it was too hard to add so many Pokemon.
Oh,
You know, but I mean, like, you gotta think about logistics here. Think about how I think there's I can't remember where I saw it, but someone mapped out how long it would actually take you to walk across like certain maps in like Zelda.
hmm.
Like those are real distances, you know. That's a
Yeah,
big
man.
game. That's a really big game. You know,
Hmm.
you're not talking about like if you had to fast travel, yeah, but if you actually like sit there and like make a character walk across, I mean, it might take you like 15 minutes to get to one point on the map, you know,
Hmm.
especially if you're walking. But I mean, if you can put, I mean, think about the what's it called, the PSP. They put GTA
Hmm.
on the PSP, and that was on a CD. that didn't hold that much data,
Right.
and they got little SD cards that can hold like, I mean, tons and tons of data.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're really selling themselves short. And even if they
Yeah.
don't do it, at least make it a DLC. People will buy
Right.
it.
I was just about to get to that. Okay, so do it like that, like you were saying. Like you were saying, they're selling themselves short because there's a lot of Pokemon that people love. That people love from. If I wanted to get me a Swalo, I should be able to get me a Swalo. I love that bird Pokemon. Why can't I
I
have that?
mean, it's like Splatoon 2 when that first came out.
Right.
Basic, very basic. But
Very basic.
but they released items, maps, bunch of
Hmm.
other stuff, and a lot of it wasn't even you didn't even have to pay for it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like at the same time, it's like okay, maybe not put it in the base launch. Let's give us a exclusive pass, a season pass, or something like a DLC. You can add that national dex in. You don't have to add it in right now, but you can add it in. Say, hey,
They
$10, you can get it.
producers confirmed that it would be gone for the immediate future.
Exactly. It's kind of silly to me, man. It's it's like that's one of the biggest features that people love. People a lot of times people don't even worry about the new characters as much because they're looking at, oh man, if I can get my old characters that I used to my Pokemon that I used to love to play. There's a national dex. Okay, I beat a certain threshold. Okay, now that opens up that for the Pokedex. Cool. I can go explore and get some of those old Pokemon that I love. And now it's like, oh, you're selling me short now.
I mean, yeah, well, you can't even get Mega Evolutions in the game.
Yeah, yeah. They cut that out, and another thing again, like I said, they introducing a lot of other stuff, a lot of new features to the game, which is cool.
Yeah, but
Um,
it's stuff that I'm not excited for.
yeah, and then they said something about they're gonna have a raids as well for Pokemon, which is cool. I'm totally fine with that. But again, it's like okay, so I need that national dex. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna introduce raids in a Pokemon game that's never been done, where you got, of course, maybe you have like 6 people that's Pokemon trainers helping you out. At least have that Pokedex and the National Dex where I can train up a couple of Pokemon that I really love to use, and that way I can have my build that I like to have, my set of Pokemon that I like to use going in and going forward,
Well,
especially when you're in the leagues.
well, yeah, that too. But then, like, if you think about Sword and Shield being two games,
Right,
they're still only in the same region. Though they're just a stupid place, you
right.
know. So I mean, like, it's just. I mean, I don't
I
think
don't get it.
I don't think I'm gonna mess with it for a while.
I don't get it. But you know something, the fans are really going to continue to keep on saying, "Hey, we need our Pokédex. We need that national Pokédex."
Oh, they're gonna Sonic the Hedgehog this. You know,
Oh my God, please no,
that's,
please
that's
no.
basically that's basically what it compares to at this point.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I mean, you a game this big, size and scope, you would want to make sure that the launch is perfect. You have a great. Of course, people are going to buy the game. You already know that. But you want to make sure that you don't leave nothing out. And this is a big miss that they're leaving
Well,
out
I
because
mean,
people are gonna
considering the Switch is probably the most powerful platform Pokemon's been on.
exactly. They got more space as far as the Switch is concerned. There's more space that you can do more things with. And yes, I do understand. Of course, in theory, yes, they got a lot of Pokemon to choose from. There's a lot of Pokemon thus far. Right, I get it. Okay, why don't you say, okay, hey, we're going to release the base game that doesn't have the national dex right now, and we're working on a pass, a DLC that you can pay. I don't know, maybe $10. You can pay $10 to get the national dex added to the game. Boom, there you go. It's separate. You don't have to do that base launch. Get people leveled up. They're playing the base game. They're doing whatever, but they already know. Okay, it's coming. It's not going to be a base game. Cool, I'm fine with that. It's coming though.
Hmm.
And I know they're going to make a DLC of some sort. We don't know what it's going to be, but they're going to have to do something about that, you know, or correct their mistakes, because this is not gonna. That's gonna leave a sour taste in people's mouth. Not having that Pokédex.
I mean, yeah, it's already there. I don't know, man.
It's we'll see, man. It's um I will see about it, man. Well, from what I'm seeing, it's just not that's not cool, man. It's not cool. But moving along, so it seems like Star Ocean's Departure R gets new trailer and release date. Okay. So it says Square Enix has announced that Star Ocean First Departure R, a remake of a remake announced a few months back, will be heading to the PS4 and Switch on December 5th, 2019. Alongside that news is a brand new trailer giving us our first glimpse of how this new version will look. You can clearly tell this has roots as a PSP game, but a quite like this the spirit work well light on changes to gameplay. The trailer does at least confirm dual audio will be present. The dub doesn't sound so bad here, but I'm always a stickler for playing with the original audio. Okay, call me. I guess he's a weirdo. So all you want, but because I am one, I won't deny the fact. You can find more information in the website before. So, what do you think about it, man? New release date, is it far? Is it a good time to actually release it on December 10th?
Yeah, I think it's good, man. I mean, like from what I was reading, it definitely is a remake of the
Right.
first Russian game. So, which the first one was great.
Yeah,
It still looks like a PSP game from the gameplay I was looking,
it does. It does, man.
which it wouldn't be bad because I don't really have a PS4, but I have a I have a Sony TV and I have a controller so I can play some games on the
Hmm.
PlayStation 4. So if they make that available, I mean, I'll buy it. It's $20.
Yeah, I'm down, man. I'm down, and I'm sure a lot of people that Star Wars got a lot of good fans, a lot of big fans. And but do you think by them marketing this, do you think that they're going to be like, okay, the crowd took to this really well. They love the game. Let's go ahead and make a big AAA version of Star Ocean, a new version of it, a new game to the series, and let's see how that goes. You think they're trying to build up to something big?
I think so. Yeah, honestly, I mean, especially with making it cross-platform, that
Yeah.
that opens up I mean, that opens up a lot of doors for people that are JRPG fans that play only the Switch.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
they'll be able to play what people that have been playing this thing came out in like I think late '90s, early 2000s on the PS1.
Exactly.
So
I'm hyped about it, man. I that's that is actually a good game to bring back, you know, and for Switch players and PS4 to bring that
oh,
back
that's
out.
right.
That's
It was late '96. Yep,
yeah, man. Yeah, long
'96.
time ago, and people are gonna buy it, man. I definitely, me included. I'm good. I'm getting it. As soon as it come out, I gotta have that because not only it's a classic, but man, this is a potential for them to say, okay, it's time for us now. We've been going
Well, I
for a
mean,
while.
yeah, I mean, I can definitely see them because I mean they're putting a lot of Square Enix and all them. They're putting a lot of time in Final Fantasy VII too.
Yes,
You know,
yes. I believe they said they have two teams working. One for the for Final Fantasy Seven remake, and then you remember they just announced that other one that they're remastering. Or is it eight? Was
yeah,
it eight?
eight. Oh man, eight
Yeah.
was great, man. Eight was probably
Uh
seven's
huh.
good. A big
Uh
fan
huh.
of Kyle, but I definitely like what's his name? I'm not gonna look it up. I can't remember that name.
Hmm. But yeah, it's they're working hard, man. They've been working hard. They've been on top of things. Square Enix been on top of things all year, trying to get these games out and especially with Star Ocean, that was a surprise. Nobody was expecting
Squall.
that.
That's his name. Squall.
Squall, yep, yep. Yeah, he's a great character, and like I said, I love eight. Eight was great, and so seven was seven. Is of course seven is the most one of the most memorable
Yeah,
ones.
actually,
Very iconic.
those are the only two I like.
Hmm. And do you feel like they kind of fell off after those ones? They
I
didn't
think,
just didn't have.
I had like a, I can't remember, was it like a Final Fantasy mini, they had like little two characters. I can't remember what it's called.
Uh, uh,
Oh,
I remember. I think I had that. It wasn't as good as. It wasn't that good. I remember that one though. That you mentioned that, but I do feel like they kind of fell off. From that, their storytellings are good, but it feels kind of in a way linear a little bit now, especially with the new ones. It's like I can't really get into the characters.
well, I think the flagship one that they had for the PS2 when the PS2 was announced,
Hmm.
that one was pretty good actually.
Yeah, yeah,
I give that
yeah,
a 10.
yeah. But the new ones, the action is cool, you know. Um, but I just can't get into the new one like the old ones. And for them to remake seven, oh man, it's just gonna bring the feels back to a lot of people. And of course, they dusted off a lot of stuff, reimagined a lot of other stuff in the game, but it's still gonna be similar to what the game was back in the day. I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um, but Square is on their game, man. They've been on their game. They're trying to make sure they bring in next gen as well and get everything lined up. I mean, because really, seven, it doesn't even really look. I don't even believe that it's going to be coming out on the PS4
no,
20.
it might be next gen.
That's what it looks too good to be.
Well,
To be,
it used to be that Final Fantasy was almost a flagship title.
yeah,
It was
I'm
like
gearing for it.
it was like a triple A release for like for like the PS2.
Hmm. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I'm guessing too that they're going to release that with the PS4. I mean PS5 going next gen. Because I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Them releasing it at the final stages of the PS4. It just wouldn't make sense, especially when it's all when they said October is the PS4 will be releasing in
Yeah,
October.
but
Yeah,
I mean, think about this. I mean, the damn Last of Us got pushed back till May. I mean,
exactly. We already see.
not even a
Yeah.
PS5 title, man.
Yeah, because and that's one of those topics that's like, I knew they was going to do that because we got to think about this. They have been doing it since E3 this year. They all systems has been pushing back their games um constantly because they're already gearing up for this next generation. That's why a lot of games they was like, okay, we're gonna give you a couple of these titles that we're bringing out, but we're really focusing on PS5, Xbox Scarlet, and now potentially Switch 2, Switch Pro, and stuff like that. We're focusing on these games, launching on these big titles because, of course, people is gonna buy the systems. They're already prepping for that. Um, so it makes sense to draw in the crowd. Okay, oh, this game is exclusive on there. Yeah, let's do it. So especially when it comes to the Last of Us, people thought. See, I was kind of on the thing like I don't think it's gonna come out on PS4. A lot of people was like, oh, it might come out early 2014. I mean 2020, and it's gonna be great PS4. Maybe it's gonna be the last title on PS4, and then we're just gonna bring it. No, now that they push this back, it's coming on PS5. We already know this. It's not. They're gonna launch that. Ghost of Tsushima, of course, the remake Final Fantasy VII. All of those titles are gonna be in that bracket. So
I don't even think Ghost of Tsushima exists.
you say you don't think it exists.
No.
I mean, the thing about the game is like we're hearing a lot of stuff, but we're not getting trailers or at least some quality news about it. We should, oh yeah, stunning graphics, this, but we're not seeing. There might be some infighting, possibly.
Yeah.
The reason why they can't really get this game. because the game looks great. When they showed that, it looks great. I mean, stunning aesthetics. The action looks very clean. I mean, I was hyped about it, but it's like I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, but we'll see, man. We'll see. And the last topic of today, Mario Kart 2 is getting a multiplayer in the beta form this December. This thing is, man, it's crazy. So it says Nintendo's Mario Kart for mobile phones, Mario Kart Tour, will be getting its first tease of real-time multiplayer this December. Nintendo will run a beta test before the end of the year, the company said on Twitter, but that multiplayer test will be restricted to players who subscribe to the Mario Kart Tour's Gold Pass. Mario Kart Tour's Gold Pass costs $4.99, which is $5 per month, and grants subscribers access to the mobile karting game's fastest speed class, 200cc, and other cosmetic awards. Early access to multiplayer is another perk and a way for Nintendo to keep the multiplayer pool limited for now. Oh wow! What do you think about that, man?
I hate paying for a subscription on a phone for a game.
Yeah, man, that's
I,
just
I honestly think if you pay for Nintendo Switch Online, you should automatically get the Gold Pass.
right. And a lot of people is on your side on that. A lot of people's on your side about it, and they agree. I agree. That should be something that should be implemented in the game anyway. I mean, okay, if you wanted to go past, then okay, 200cc. I guess you could do that. 200cc, some extra exclusive cosmetics. People pay for that, but why would you withhold the multiplayer? Do they feel like it's going to break the game? Everybody's,
I mean,
you know,
I already paid for Nintendo Switch Online, so
yeah, it's exactly. It's like, come on now, why do I need to pay?
yeah, it should definitely just be included in that.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of people are burned up about it on Twitter, man. They're like, "What? You know, that's crazy. I gotta pay now to just get multiplayer when it should be everybody should be able to do it. At least if you, I can see if they added some extra characters or something like that. Of course, cosmetics, and of course that new the CC, cool. Oh, they could even add mirror mode. Oh,
Right.
stuff like that to go past. Cool, I'm fine with that. But for them to do that, it's like, come on, man. They could have did a little bit better with that.
Yeah,
That's kind of
it just makes it look like a money grab at that point.
exactly that pay to win type of mentality that everyone talks about. So I don't know, man. That's just kind of weird to me. We'll see, though. I mean, they are one of. I think they're the third best. What you call it? The best mobile game. Right now, of course, you got
I
Call.
mean, it's fun. I like it, but I mean, it's kind
Yeah,
of boring.
yeah. He said after a while, you're like, oh man, yeah. But Call of Duty, they're of course they're doing their thing. PUBG, of course.
PUBG, yeah, I think PUBG's the better one.
Yeah, yeah. They're doing really well, surprisingly. But that is all we got today, man. First time streaming, and so it's actually pretty cool, man. I do love the stream more thing, and we're gonna try to have a little bit more of these as well. Going forward.
Work,
Huh?
that works out, man.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So we want to keep on shouting out, telling the friends to join in, and keep watching us. So yeah, man, that's it. So I appreciate you coming by, and that wraps it up for Nintendo Day. So we're out of here, man. See yous.